everyone, this is Megha. Many people seek happiness without fully understanding what it is and often confuse it with pleasure. Right now, at this moment, if you ask people around you what is happiness, they will struggle because most of the people have not taken time to really ponder on it, to really understand what happiness means to them. This lack of understanding leads to pursuit of something that is vague and not well defined. Before defining happiness, let's clarify what happiness is not. Happiness is not pleasure. Pleasure is temporary, pleasure is conditional and dependent on external stimuli such as vacation, promotion, somebody saying something nice to you, job title, material possession. Have you ever catch yourself saying, oh, I'll be so happy once I get this job title. Oh, I'll be so happy after this vacation. Oh, I'll be so happy once I get married. Oh, I'll be so happy once I have kids. And list goes on. And once you get there, what happens? Maybe you get happy for a short amount of time, but then things get back to where they were. Why? Because these experiences does not provide lasting fulfillment. People often burn out chasing the temporary highs only to find themselves feeling the same emptiness soon after. Happiness, on the other hand, is your state of being. It is not conditional on external circumstances, but comes from within. True happiness manifests when your days are filled with more joyful events than the negative ones. Happiness is all about finding joy, gratitude, or a lesson in everyday life. Happiness is not about absence of challenges or difficult situations, but rather how you approach them, seeing positive aspects and growth opportunities in everyday situations. For me, happiness is making meaningful progress, living intentionally, and living in the present moment. Let me dive a little deeper into these aspects. The first aspect of the definition of happiness is making meaningful progress. It means you actively work towards your goals that are important to you, whether they relate to your health, personal growth, or relationships. The sense of advancement and improvement in the areas that are important to you brings a profound sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. For example, setting a goal to run marathon and seeing yourself getting fitter and stronger with each training session brings a deep sense of fulfillment. Second aspect of definition is living intentionally. This is about having a clear understanding of what you want and who do you want to become in both short term and long term. It can be as simple as deciding that no matter what, I want to be a joyful and a present parent, or setting short term goals like when I get into this meeting, I want to be more confident and present to my colleague. Intentional living requires daily reflections and adjustment to make sure that your daily actions are aligned with your values and your deepest desires. For example, if you want to be more engaged, joyful, and present parent, decide today that I will spend 30 minutes every day with my kid and do it. And once you start doing it, you will feel a sense of fulfillment. Why? Because you want to be something, you decided an action and then you did it. This intentional alignment of action with who you want to be is everything. Third aspect of this definition is be fully present. Now, this is so important. Engaging in any activity without distraction allows you to enter in a state of flow where you're completely observed and energized with whatever you're doing. You don't think about past and future. You're fully present in the activity that you're doing, whether it's spending time with your kid or whether it's being fully engaged with your colleagues in a meeting. Being fully present also means appreciating small joys and learning opportunities in everyday situations. For example, enjoying your daily walks and looking around the beauty that nature has to offer, or noticing the giggle and smile that your child has on your face while you play with them. Joys, happiness, lessons are always around you. You just start to notice them and appreciate them in your daily life. That is happiness. From a neuroscience perspective, happiness is linked to release of certain chemicals in your brain, such as dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins, which create feeling of pleasure and well-being. Positive experiences and thoughts can trigger the release of these chemicals in your brain, enhancing your overall sense of happiness. Let's quickly go through these 4 happy hormones. Number 1, dopamine, which is also known as reward chemical. It is often associated with pleasure, motivation, and reward. This chemical is released when you achieve a goal, complete a task, or engage in something enjoyable. So how to boost it? One of the simplest way to release dopamine in your brain is to break a bigger task into something small and manageable so that you can easily complete it and also celebrate it. Number 2, serotonin. It is also called as mood stabilizer. This happy hormone regulates mood, appetite, sleep, and digestion. It also plays a key role in cognitive functions such as learning and memory. One of the easiest way to boost serotonin is to get some sunlight, engage in active activities such as walking, exercising, swimming, and also have healthy, nutritious diet which is full of fresh fruits and vegetables. Number 3 is oxytocin, which is also called love or bonding hormone. It is released during social bonding activities such as hugging, cuddling, or a warm handshake. While these hormones contribute to the feeling of happiness, they can also be triggered by less healthy behaviors, leading to potential pitfalls. For example, consuming junk food or high sugar food can trigger the release of dopamine, which feels good in short term but is not good for long term. This release of dopamine by junk foods leads to the cycle of craving and unhealthy consumption. Similarly, substance abuse or compulsive behavior like gambling feels great when you're doing it but leads to long-term problems. Understanding how these happy hormones leads to instant gratification can help you make informed choices and also develop healthy habits for both short and long-term benefit. I know we have covered a lot of things in this video, but I would like you to remember 2 main key messages. Number 1, happiness is beyond situations and circumstances. To cultivate true happiness, we have to find joy, gratitude, and lesson in everyday life. True happiness is not determined by external situations. You can see the evidence in your daily life. How many people you know who have name and fame but they are still not happy? You know people who are happy in their marriages and some who are not. You know people with kids who are happy and some are not. You know people who have great jobs and some of them are happy and some of them are not. This shows that nothing external to us determines true happiness. To cultivate true happiness, we need to find joy, gratitude, or a lesson in everyday life, even when challenges and difficult situations are present in your life. Second, boost the trigger of your happy hormones. Whenever you're feeling sad, depressed, or unhappy, go for a walk, get some sun, make a list of things that you're grateful for, eat more fruits and vegetables, celebrate small wins, and notice the change. Always remember, happiness is your true nature. It's your state of being that comes from within and not from external circumstances. And also remember, happiness is not pleasure. I'm not saying that stay away from pleasure, don't go on vacation or go on spa days. No, not at all. Do all that. But also remember, engaging in pleasurable activities does not lead to lasting happiness. Happiness is your choice and responsibility. You are responsible for your own happiness. I hope you learned something new in this video. Please like and subscribe for more content on personal growth, and I will see you in my next video.